morning. It's the start of a new week. And man, is it starting off crazy. We sold a ton of stuff. Let me show you the packages that we have to drop off. Just an absolute crazy amount. And then we also, man, so in there, a couple of sealed things. I think we did maybe like $1,800 over the weekend in the 2 days. And then this morning woke up to another 400. I took a video on most of the other stuff. Packaging the big stuff took a really long time, and I cut myself on not on the razor blade, but on the tape dispenser. Because I don't know, got too caught up. We'll take a look at what we sold. Some awesome stuff, Marvel stuff on the move finally. Thanos, Spider-Man. What's up, little guy? How you doing? Lots of Spider-Man, good Spider-Man stuff, some parts. Wasn't a ton in the land speeder. Land speeder I'll package up after I drop my son off at school. But yeah, man, Fast and Furious, like, must be averaging, let's see, we did 1923. Yeah, just like $600 over $600 a day. So I hope it keeps up. I don't know if that's going to happen. Talking to other Bricklink sellers, not only in the US, but sounds like they're also having crazy start to the month. So, man, let's keep it up. Today's going to be cleaning up and then dropping off all these packages and trying to think if I had anything lined up yet. I just need to finish the piles around. And so I'm going to be focusing on that and cleaning and getting that stuff. And then I should be able to take one bin at a time from the backlog and get those all knocked out. But yeah, all in all, sales are great. Inventory is being added. It's really nice because like when there's a lull in my wife's work, it feels like Lego really picks up and vice versa. So it really helps to keep things afloat. But yeah, what else? I finished something really big. Oh, we finished the inventorying the set yesterday, which was the Manchester United set. Until we got that packaged up. It's a huge. Takes forever. Yeah. And then I also had someone pick up the UCS Star Destroyer version 1. Great guy, super nice, bought some other stuff, but yeah, sweet. I'll check in throughout the day, especially if anything happens. I have somebody that's getting back to me about a collection. It's like not super big. And then I also had somebody that had like a ton of speed champions, like I want to say 60 at least. He's got a pretty good price on them, but they just don't move super well for us. And so I'm a little hesitant. I don't know if it's just going to be inventory that sits for years or what. But I might bite on it. We'll see. Cause it's definitely a gap. Like we don't have it. I'll check the sell-through rate on them to see kind of like a couple of them. I might just have the ones that I have priced too high. That could be why they're sitting. I just want to get them gone. Like they're not worth I don't know. They don't take up a ton of space. If I can get them bagged and boxed appropriately and put away, it's really no skin off our backs. So same with like Bionicle. Like with Bionicle, I'll bag them all up after they're all done. Put the price tag in with them, and then all the set number and name. And so it's done. Like I'm not going to handle it again until it's going and getting sold. And so just like a massive bin full of bags of Bionicle, and yeah, it's super cost effective for that bin and the space, and then super easy to pick as well. So yeah, all right, we'll check in again later. Good morning, y'all. It is Tuesday. So thankful. Jury duty got canceled last night, so that was huge. Yeah, man. Now I get to work and don't have to worry about driving and wasting a big part of a day. Thankful that I got the notification before I left. We had some good sales. We sold about $230 worth of stuff. Yesterday sales, man, continually rolling in. Really surprised. I also had somebody come into the garage off of Facebook Marketplace, and they were buying. They bought the fish tank, the new one. It was built and stuff, so that was really nice. It was really great to meet them. And it was their son's birthday, and all he wanted was a pink pig. And I didn't have it in my inventory, but I do have a drawer full of animals that I just chuck in there until it fills up, and then I'll list animals. And I'll walk right over, and there was one pink pig, and it was awesome. And so I just gave that to them. Sweet family, sweet deal. Um, I do also have something else in the works tonight. I'll probably do a vlog after. It's a pretty big deal. It's I don't want to spoil it. It's one of those things where it's like you can't really. I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch because so many times in this space you'll come across things, deals, whatever, and it just doesn't work out for whatever reason. They decide to either keep it, find somebody else, or whatnot. Now, this is a pretty good friend selling this to me. So the likelihood that it falls through is low, but it's pretty crazy because I've heard about the set that he has for quite a while, and um, yeah, it's pretty crazy to actually own it. I'll share that with you guys soon, as soon as I get more info. But yeah, I got to go to the bank to get money out, which is not. It's gonna be fun. Um, yeah, I'll shoot a little video on it, talk about it, and go from there. Yesterday was really weird. The weather here in Austin's been crazy. It's been really, really windy, and like allergens are through the roof. So, I mean, just my wife was off. I had a break from training for a little bit yesterday, and like both of us, all we wanted to do is nap. So I was down a little bit yesterday, just napping because I just couldn't. It was hard. I like woke up, packed orders, dropped them off, came out here, worked a little bit, and then just immediately was like, I gotta go to a nap, which never happens. And then popped back up, came back out here for about an hour, and then same thing again. So wasn't my most productive day. I did actually get a lot done, and a lot cleaned off. Like the counters are looking like, especially based, what we saw like a week and a half ago. Things are looking good. I'm realizing I really want to keep these containers up here. I love them here because they're quick grab and they're always in the right spot, and each one has a spot. I did figure out a configuration so that I can keep the drawer open too, so that helped a lot. And then with the new system of sorting things into 4 categories first: parts, stickered parts, minifig, and then accessories. Like that has really changed everything for me, because this is the perfect example of this was a bucket I got with a collection. I can sort and complete this, right? I don't have to list all the stuff. I don't have to do all that. I can just get it sorted out and put away. So like here's this is stickered parts. This is minifigs, and then accessories. There's been some cool stuff in there so far, which is awesome, but I really don't even know what's in a lot of these containers. I either picked them a long time ago or they were part of a collection that I had purchased that was kind of sorted. There's been a couple of those, like where a collection comes in and then like I really don't do anything with the parts. And so, yeah, again, like I just don't know what's in all of them. I don't spend all the time like agonizing over every piece that comes in. When we get something new like that, I really focus on the dense value, focus on getting the minifigs listed. Anything that's an ultra standout, I get listed as fast as possible, like a boxed item or anything. And then I'll come back and add the rest of the stuff when I have time, or when time dictates. So counters are looking great. Process is really, really getting refined now. I'm happy. I'm realizing that a big impediment to me historically has been having everything have a spot, right? And so when we changed everything up to being one, we're adding parts, and 2, we're deleting the minifigure graveyard, I realized not everything had a spot. And so more and more and more things were just piling up. And so now that I'm able to work my way through things again, process stuff in a way that means I don't have to touch it right away, it really, really helps me out. And so that's been really, really awesome. It's 4 release in a short period. Let's check out what we sold. So this was about $228. I'm going to send off the land speeder. It's still on the counter behind me. Arrayas. I think I had 3 of these at one point, all in super duper good condition. So he's my last one, but he sells for a pretty penny. Sold him for $57. It took a while, but yeah. And then Anakin, Jar Jar, the alien dude, and then one more. This guy had just come in like in the last 2 days. So they're out fast. I think that's a Gin Urso torso. Yeah, and then just a little Lord of the Rings piece. It's got bubbles and stuff. But yeah, awesome stuff. Orders keep rolling in. Things are going really good. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else that's gonna go down. This other one, I'm hoping I get this set. So then I'll take some photos and then yeah, it might be on the move right away. I've been talking to somebody that's interested in it, so it might not be here for very long. So yeah, pretty crazy. It's the focus. It's don't buy everything, buy the right thing. That's an important part of what I'm really working on this year. Because I've had a lot come in that just even, in the past couple of days, like where people were messaging me about lots or whatever. Now, certain collections that might not be the right thing can become the right thing at the right price, right? And that's an important thing to keep in mind. It's like, it doesn't mean offer low on everything, but it means offer a low on the things that take a lot of time to process, offer low on the things that, are items that may not sell right away, or things that are going to be sitting on the shelf for a long time. And so that's really been the mantra. Like I had a collection that was, I actually, the guy got backed out on the sale after we had talked about a price. And then I went back and repriced and reevaluated it. And I was thankful because I was like, it looked like maybe a double up over a course of time. And then some stuff was unbuilt. And then with that always comes the issue of whether or not everything's there. Very few times in this space have I bought things from someone and had everything be there. It's just not something I trust. It's kind of like I'll let the people say it and stuff, but unless it's in a state for me to see that it's all there, it's not all there. And that's an important caveat. It's like, yeah, you just can't trust it. Like, and it's not because people are being deceptive. It's just because that they might not know, right? Like everyone's perception and everyone's diligence when it comes to tracking and keeping a hold of those things isn't the same. And so in their mind, it's all there, but in actuality, when you're comparing it versus manual or looking at it, it's not. And so it's just an important thing to remember. It's like everyone's perception of what complete is different. And so unfortunately, our definition of complete is very specific, is set by Bricklink, and so we need to make sure that we're 100% complete. Like it's all there, everything's there, accounted for, and yeah, yeah. I'll check in here in a little bit if something cool comes up. Also, along throughout the day, I'll check in. But yeah, on to the next. All right, so this is one of the things that you can kind of run across. That really eats up time. So one of the best tools that we have here is we use impulse sealers. And so what it does is it lightly melts a plastic bag or a plastic roll in order to make custom sized bags. So like on this Bionicle guy, right? Like that would have been a crazy bag to have. So when I get this last piece, I can just toss that piece in there and then seal it closed with this impulse sealer. I use two. This is for large bags. And then when we're inventorying sets, we use this one. It's a smaller one and it's also less clunky. You can move it around a lot easier. We have plugs throughout all the stations on the table. And so you can just swap it out over there really easily. But what I started doing recently that ended up toasting both of these, I started cranking the heat up really high in order to melt the bag and also cut it, right? And so I turned it up so high that it would melt the bag, and then I would just pull it off and it would be cut and sealed. And so for the first, 100, it was fantastic. But what ends up happening is like gunk builds up on it. I don't know if you can see it super well. But then when you go to pull the gunk up, it makes a hole in this the second piece. And then the metal rod that like heats up gets exposed, and then glue gets on the metal rod. So now I was able to do the last thing I needed to do. It was for the land speeder. So like I create a custom bag for each of the big components of the land speeder. So that if anything breaks off in shipping, it's in its own special bag. And so now you've reduced the amount of things it could go to, right? Because you imagine you open up a full set and it's in one bag. You're like, well, what did this fall off of? So that kind of helps in shipping. So now I've ordered replacements for it, for that particular part, but it's just like there's 3 components on this that can go out pretty commonly. There's a fuse, and it comes with backup fuses, but I haven't had that happen yet. And then the other components are that the fabric piece that goes across that I messed up, and then the other one is the metal rod. Yeah, I mean, it's just like that was probably like 25 minutes at least going through and fixing that. And then I also noticed that the feet from the small one were leaving marks on the table. And so I took off the feet, had to make new padded feet for them and stuff. But it's like all the little stuff that you don't really take into consideration when you're doing something like this that like just eats time. Um, yeah, it just adds up fast. And so now now it's like it's almost 10:30, and I packed one item. And so like just never know what type of stuff you're going to come across. That impulse sealer though, like it's one of the best things that we've ever bought as far as usability. And then I also mounted these rolls of plastic, right? And so there's a really thin roll back there, and this is a wider roll. I bought these 2 years ago, I think, and now we're just finally starting to get to the end. Each one was about 45 to 30 to $45. And oh my God, like we've been, I wouldn't say wasteful with it, but like you're not really worried about the cost of that type of stuff and the amount of bags you've gotten out of there, all shapes and sizes. It does take a little bit longer to make the bag, right? Because you have to pull it, cut it, seal one side, put your item in, seal the other. But to have all that stuff on hand in such a compact space is incredible. We've used it for bulk bags. It's a thicker, I don't know if it's 2 or 4 mil. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been so long since I ordered it. But it's a thicker bag, and we bought them thick so that we could do bulk and not have to worry about it piercing. And so, yeah, for the price, like, I mean, the impact sealers aren't cheap. They're under 100, and the small one I think is maybe 60. We have 2 of the small one, and we have 1 of the big one. And so we have 2 of the small ones so that if someone's inventorying sets for us, we can lend it out and not like the SOL. And then just 1 of the big one. The big one is so clunky. Like I have that nook specifically just for that sealer, right? Like to sit back there. But even then, when I want to use it, I have to like pull it out, swing it out, pull it, and it just barely fits there. And it's just been a kind of a clunky thing. But like one of the parts of the remodel when we were doing this was to have these things exposed always so that when you want to use one, you're not pulling it out from under somewhere, laying it out, plugging it in. And yeah. And so now we have them both plugged in all the time. We do move them around quite a bit, but they're way more available, except for when you start ruining them by burning plastic bags on them, or burning the seals on those plastic bags. So yeah, wild. But yeah, one of the greatest tools that we have, and I think that's some of the stuff that people are interested in seeing, I hope, because I don't think everyone does it this way. I've seen people that do, they'll pick orders and bag each thing individually using an impulse sealer. But that to me is a little overkill. Like I do, if so say I get an order that's got like expensive parts in them and I don't want them like touching or rubbing or anything like that. On the tiny 2 mil, I think the 2 mil bags, I will go over and seal the bag with it, and so it makes little chambers inside of the bag so that the parts don't rub on each other. It does take a little bit more time. I could probably just use another bag. The bags for us that we use for minifigs and for CMFs are 2x3 and 2x2, and they're 1 cent each. So maybe I'll get a little bit more liberal with that. I'll chalk up the $10 a year that it'll cost to get more liberal, and then save maybe like, I don't know. I mean, sure, it saves over an hour a year, so maybe that's some better math. But yeah. Anyway, that's kind of the tricks of the trade for that. But there's other things in here that I haven't shown off yet, and when I do a shop tour, I think I'll go through and make sure I talk quite a bit about them. But yeah, pro tip: don't burn stuff with it. It gets costly. I think it was $30 to fix both of those. So Lame.